Explosions have hit major Ukrainian cities, including the capital, Kyiv, killing at least 8 people and injuring another 24. Russia reportedly firing some 83 missiles at various targets across Ukraine. President Zelensky saying that Russia was trying to wipe his country off the face of the earth. Here, Security Minister Tom Tugendhat describing those attacks as a war crime.
The attacks have come after the only bridge that connects Russia to Crimea partially exploded on Saturday morning. Ukraine has not so far admitted responsibility for the explosion, but President Putin has spoken in the last hour confirming the strikes that hit Ukraine this morning and has promised a harsh response to any other attacks on Russian territory.
Well, elsewhere, the leader of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, has already stated that Belarus and Russia are now to form a joint military group. Well, let's get the latest reaction from Ukraine itself. And we can speak to Mircea Barbu, a journalist who's been in Ukraine since the war started. Mircea, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us again. Putin has been speaking in St. Petersburg, saying he'd ordered these strikes on military, communications and energy infrastructure. However, many of the pictures we're seeing are clearly showing civilian areas.
Well, indeed, I'm on the outskirts of Kiev right now, just about 2.5, 3 hours away, on my way to the capital city. And what I can tell you is that there's a public outrage. There's a significant outrage across Ukraine among civilians because they do see this as an attack on innocent people, whereas the strike in Crimea, they see it as a legitimate target on a bridge. What happened this morning literally shocked the Ukrainian society. We've seen a number of cars, civilian cars, what seems to be civilian cars, hit by these rockets, by these missiles. And at the moment, we know that there are for sure civilian casualties among Ukrainians in several cities across Ukraine, including women and children. So it's something that it shocked the Ukrainian society, but I cannot say that it wasn't expected to a certain degree. They were bracing themselves for attacks, however, not at the scale and the impact on civilians as it happened this morning. And to be fair with you, as it's still an ongoing situation. Alarms are still going on across cities that I'm driving into right now towards capital city Kiev.
And Mircea, you mentioned the strike on the bridge. It's not just any bridge, it's a hugely symbolic bridge. Just explain why it's so important, why that bridge is so symbolic.
Right. So this bridge has a logistic purpose. It's the lifeline to Crimea to bring goods in and out of Crimea to Russia. So it connected not only economically and logistically Russia to Crimea, but it also had a symbolic stand for Russia. It was the first connection they built at the time when it was opened in 2016, I believe, end of 2016. And it was seen as a major victory, as some sort of a way to legitimize the annexation that happened early in 2014. So this bridge had a huge impact, not only economically and strategically, but also politically for Putin and for Moscow, saying, look, we got our foot in Crimea. We're here to stay. We're not going to leave. People coming in and out of this region are now part of Russia.